Hi, welcome to the channel. Today we are talking about Fujifilm systems. So should you choose Fujifilm system, and if why should you choose? So I'll try to as short and as quick and as sweet as possible to break down all the Fujifilm cameras and talk about the pros and cons of each camera and who is this camera directed to or targeted to, and which camera I would personally pick. This I will leave for the end of the video. So stay with us. Stay with me. You're watching Jacek channel, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing, leave thumbs up, and let's go. So first of all, why would you want a Fujifilm camera if there are other cameras on the market which offer sometimes better autofocus or better image stabilization system? So first of all, this retro look and design and ergonomics, those cameras are very nice to handle, very nice to use. So if you like to love your camera, then Fujifilm system is something for you. Having this said, there's one or two things that stand out to me when I'm using Fujifilm as my secondary camera. One thing is specific look of these X-Trans sensors. All Fujifilm cameras available on the market right now have this X-Trans sensor inside, and this look is very special to me at least. And the second thing is that you have this image simulation switch on most of the cameras, or you can switch them inside of the menu. Whatever the handling is, the image simulation is something a lot of people cherish. In my case, I shoot RAW. Maybe I'm old school, but I shoot RAW and I like to process the photos myself. The reason I like to have film simulation though is video. I like to use film simulation in the video, like classic chrome, for example, is one of my favorite looks. So this is out of the gate. The downside is that autofocus just lags behind the competition, and that's it. Now, let's talk about specific cameras. First on the list is Fujifilm X-H II, and Fujifilm X-H II is a flagship model of X series, and it does have X-Trans CMOS 5HR resolution 40.2 megapixels, and this is a very advanced camera. It can shoot flat profile, 8K, 10-bit, 4:2. It's fast, reliable, image stabilized, and it is very universal camera. The next one on the list is Fujifilm X-H2S, a very similar camera. It's targeted more toward professionals, and it does have X-Trans CMOS 5HS with 26.1 megapixel, and this is very important that it's a stacked sensor, stacked CMOS sensor. Why is it important? Because this is the cheapest way to get a stacked sensor. If you want a cheapest stacked sensor in full frame camera, this is Nikon Z8. If you want stacked sensor in APS-C camera, practically X-H2S, complicated name, is the only way to go. Of course, internal 10-bit recording 4:2, so good for videographers, and F-Log profile is a very nice profile to work with. Actually, I prefer it over S-Log from Sony. It can record in opposite to X-H2 in 6.2K, but for me that's completely enough. Great readout speeds makes this camera a perfect choice for wildlife photographers, sport photographers, or sport videographers and wildlife videographers because of this fast readout. Reduced rolling shutter effect, improved autofocus performance, and general overall very, very fast camera. Very nice choice, and if you're looking for professional APS-C body, X-H2S should be very high on your list. Next one is very special camera, is X-T5. It's more of a mid-range camera, but still it is very capable camera, and it does have practically the same X-Trans CMOS 5HR, which you can find in X-H2 that offers 40.2 megapixels. Of course, you have 10-bit recording internal and 10 bits 4:2, so easy to correct in post-production. And one of the things that I like about this camera, that in opposite to H series, it offers already this retro design that Fuji is known for. So all the dials and buttons are outside. So if you like this more traditional handling but still keep these professional features like 2 memory slots and larger battery and bigger grip, then this camera is for you. view. Of course, there is also X-T50 on this list, and X-T50 is practically the same camera as X-T5. The main difference though is in handling. It is a smaller camera, slightly lighter camera, but what it doesn't have is it doesn't have this dual SD card slot. You load the SD card from the bottom of the camera, and that's a clear statement. It's a smaller camera, it's less professional, it's directed more to people that don't need this reliability of 2 SD slots, and they want lower price, smaller footprint, and just don't need like professional type of body. Next one on the list is Fujifilm X-T30 II. It does have you know, the sweet spot in my heart because it's a retro looking camera, small, compact, and very light. It does have X-Trans CMOS 4 sensor, 26.1 megapixel, good autofocus system, 4K video recording, and this one is a great camera for those who are looking for this retro look, for this more classical type of handling known like that Fuji was known for many years. And you don't need a big camera, you don't need camera that can do it all. You just want camera that you love, that you like to travel with, that looks good and produces amazing images, both when it comes to video recording, though there are better options that we will talk just in a moment, but specifically if you're looking for something to capture amazing images and you like this retro look, then this camera is definitely great. You can still buy first version, but I would definitely recommend to buy second version because of the improved autofocus performance, which is not the best on the market, but much better than in the first version. Next one on the list is Fujifilm X-S20, and this is, I will tell you like straight out of the gate, my favorite Fujifilm camera. X-S20 is equipped with X-Trans CMOS 4 sensor, 26.1 megapixels, so same as we were discussing in previous models. In some of the previous models, it can record internally 6.2K, 10 bits, 4:2, so f-log, perfect for, you know, color correction, post-production. It is a very capable camera. Improved autofocus, improved image stabilization, and though it does have pretty much the same internals as X-S10, this use of new processing unit makes this camera much faster to operate, and some of the like systems like AF and image stabilization just work better, and this difference with 10-bit internal recording is a huge difference if you are a video maker. If you are only focused on photography, X-S10, if you can get one still, is still a very, very good choice because of this amazing sensor and this specific Fujifilm look. One of the last cameras on this list is Fujifilm X-M5, and Fujifilm X-M5 is a compact camera that is directed mainly to content creators, vloggers, and it does have amazing CMOS sensor that is 26.1 megapixels, so this is pretty much the same sensor that you can find in Fuji X-S20, but it's just smaller. It doesn't have the viewfinder, this eye viewfinder, you have only LCD, but this one has this new processing unit, which is X-Processor 5, and you can record 6.2 at 30 frames per second, 4:2, 10-bit, image stabilized. It is amazing for what this little thing can do. No viewfinder, yes, but amazing image quality, amazing video quality, and generally speaking, I prefer, specifically when it comes to APS-C, lower resolution sensors, because like too many pixels, you sacrifice dynamic range. There are some artifacts on the video, like in case of, for example, X-T50. So in general, X-M5 is a camera that I like a lot, and mainly because it continues this idea that small sensor inside of the camera should effect with a small and lightweight camera that can do it all. Like in case of GM1, legendary camera that still a lot of people love, and Panasonic for some reason never continued this lineup. I don't know why, because it was such a popular camera, but XM5 can be something. If you like the idea of Panasonic GM1, XM5 might be something you want to look at. And the last camera on this list is a legendary one, X100 version 6. It does have pretty much the same internals as a lot of these 26.1 megapixel cameras that we mentioned today on the list. I love compact cameras. I understand why people want them because of this compact size. They you get this like nice 35mm like lens that is built in. You don't have to think about lenses, you don't have to think about anything. You just get great picture, great image straight out of the camera. You have the lens, you have everything built in. The main problem is it's very difficult to get it. So if you can get XS20 or X-T30 Mark II, you're getting pretty much the same image quality and you can actually buy it. But if you are like, you know, hyped about X100 Mark VI, then of course sign yourself up for a waiting list and try to get it. Now let's get to the conclusion. So what are the main pros of the system, of Fujifilm system? Well, ergonomics, amazing colors out of the camera, film simulation, and compact sizes. Of course, depending on the camera model, but for the capabilities of this camera, for the possibilities they give you, compact size is always the case. What is the downside? Well, I would love to see a Fujifilm system with full frame sensor. But of course, I understand this is like Fujifilm. It's APS-C or medium format. Now, second thing that is a downside to me is autofocus. This is actual downside. So autofocus system, if this is something important to you, I would go for Panasonic or Sony. This like Sony first, Panasonic second. These are my favorite autofocus systems to use. Sorry, Nikon users, I love Nikon autofocus systems, so maybe I will put both Nikon and Panasonic on a second place, and on a third place Canon. It's not because it's worse than previous ones, but to me it's more difficult to use. So those are the main pros and cons. So now you may be asking, would I buy Fujifilm and would I choose Fujifilm, and why would I choose Fujifilm system? Okay, as a conclusion of the conclusions, the question is, would I choose Fujifilm system? Yes, but as a secondary system. My main system is Sony because of reliable autofocus system and generally very reliable performance. I use my Fujifilm camera mainly for, you know, like wedding videos or engagement videos or elopement videos. So because of the specific look that actually fits, you know, this wedding filmography type of thing so well. However, as my main system, I wouldn't personally pick it, but tell me in the comments below what you think, if this is the system of your preference, or you would recommend some other system to, you know, other followers of the channel. Talking about the follow, please don't forget to subscribe, leave thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, once again, subscribe, hit that ring button, and I see you guys in the next one.